Okay, now we're going to have a look at the top loading bobbin system, of which my main machine is a good example. Going to remove the stitch plate first. Now this is a really snazzy high-end machine. It doesn't have any screws at all. I just press a button and it pushes the stitch plate off, and then I can access everything underneath. Oh, look at that, grabby, I think. Okay, so I'm going to take the bobbin out. I'll take the bobbin case out, and I'm going to have a look at what's going on underneath there. It's pretty fluffy, so I'm going to give it a good clean. There's a lot of fluff in between the feed dogs. Look at that. So it takes a while for that to become an issue, but it's definitely important to make sure that it's gone every now and then. Okay, I can see. I'm not going to put a hoover on now because it's too noisy, but this is quite fluffy, and once I've turned the video off, I will definitely give it a proper clean, because it's important that the fluff is gone and doesn't go further into the machine. Okay, I had already taken the needle and the foot off, so I had a bit more room. Wow, it's a gift that keeps on giving. There we go. So the inside of my machine will look slightly more complicated than yours does, probably. But this is the bobbin case, fairly universal. It's really important to have a little feel of the bobbin case. If you ever have broken a needle or scraped a needle, then it's quite likely that there may be holes in here or a rough edge. So I'm going to get my trusty nail file and just make sure that everything's nice and smooth, because this bit does an important job. So don't be too rough at this, because it is just plastic, but it is important that this hook doesn't have any barbs on it. Okay, and then just have a look at the rest of the bobbin case. Give it a bit of a clean. Make sure there's nothing stuck in between the tension system here. Look at the back. Give that a bit of a clean too. Then I'm going to... I can't find my oil right now, but the oil in these machines here goes either in the center bit here, so I've got a wick in here, so I'd put a few drops of oil in there, or just put some oil around there, and then it will get sort of distributed around the machine as it starts working again. Okay, so I'm going to put this back in. Make sure that when you put your bobbin system in, this little bit here, this bit here, sits to the left of this square bit. It's really, really, really important. So maneuver it in, she said. This is normally really straightforward. It was literally very straightforward a minute ago. There we go. So make sure that this sits completely flush and it moves quite easily, and it's not at some weird jaunty angle. It needs to be that the hook system moves around it, and this just moves a little bit. It's really important that this doesn't sit on the right hand side of that. Okay, I'm just going to have a little investigate of my stitch plate. So if there's been any needle jams, it will generally cause damage around the hole where the needle goes in. This is pretty okay. There's no major damage. There's no grubbiness or dirt going on. So then you can put this back together. So you need to do this periodically, and especially if you've had a broken needle, if you've got a thread jam, if you've been working with glittery fabric, or if you think that it's noisy, or your machine is just not sounding very happy, or it's causing thread tangles regularly and it's not the needle, then just have a look in there, see if there's anything untoward in there, because it is important that that is all sort of present and correct. Once that's all done, check the needle if the needle needs changing. So actually I've got really chunky needle in here because I've been making denim. I've been making a pair of dungarees. I'm just having a little feel. The needle's still sharp enough, and it's totally smooth, but it's too thick for the project I'm going to use it on. So I'm going to change the needle anyway, and then put everything back together. Put your foot on, put your bobbin back in, and you're ready to go.